What's up, YouTube? You're Inside the Edge, and I'm back with another video. Thank you guys for tuning in. You are Inside the Edge, and for you Patriot fans, if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. I'm going to be doing a lot of content talking about the Patriots, a lot of breakdowns. I'll definitely do some weekly things with the Patriots, depending on what comes up. But today, I definitely want to talk about yesterday's game against the Cowboys, because it's looking like we're in panic mode in New England. So I will be going to the Saints game this week, and I'm thinking about maybe going to the Bills game. That's going to be at Gillette. That should be, I believe, like 2 weeks from now. So, I'm a little bit excited for that, even though things aren't going well in New England. But let's talk about it, guys. We are 1-3. And again, I'm not even going to talk about from the first, here we are, guys. We're heading into week 5 right now. So I'm not really going to backtrack and talk about the Miami game, the Jets game. I'm just going to talk about just yesterday's game and what can we do moving forward. But I guess to start off with, defensively this year, I can say this, though. Defensively, I will say we have been playing up to par. The defense this year has been playing well enough for us to put us in situations to win the game. Now, let's get into the offense. We can just talk about yesterday. The offense was just horrendous, guys. I mean, we all seen it. We all seen it. Just the offense looked like it was just out of sync. I'm looking at the numbers here. Mac Jones was 12 for 21, 150 yards, 2 interceptions. One of them was a pick six. Then the lost fumble that pretty much turned the entire game around. I mean, that game pretty much did a 180 when Mac Jones fumbled that ball and it was a scoop and score. That pretty much, and then the fake field goal for 2 points. That was just like the game when once it was 3-18. Things started to unravel, and it just seemed like we just had no answers. Mac Jones looked like he was a deer in headlights. He didn't look comfortable. He was just making bad reads. And then let's talk about that. Let's actually talk about that interception, by the way. Again, he threw 2 of them, and the one that I remember was, it was the one when he rolled out to the right side and he tried to throw it across the field, and it ended up being picked off by DaRon Bland. He had a really good game. And again, Mac Jones, you don't throw that ball, man. If you're gonna roll out all the way to the right hash, you don't throw the ball across the left side of the field, because you're gonna cross paths. You're gonna a DB or middle linebacker is going to intercept that pass. That's football 1-on-1. You don't roll out to the right and then you make a straight, narrow pass to the left side of the hash. That's 9 out of 10 going to be an interception. And he knew that. So with Mac Jones, I mean, he played a bad game. He played a really bad game. It just made sense for Bill Belichick to throw in Zappe, and Zappe didn't, he didn't play any better. So, what just frustrates me about this offense is, I'm looking at Juju Smith, and let's even talk about the other interception, that was thrown to Juju Smith on that. I believe it was like a fourth and 3. I'm trying to remember, it was in the third quarter when he threw that pick. But again, Juju just looked like he didn't break hard enough. He didn't cut hard enough. It's like by the time, I believe it was like a in and out route. And by the time he cut to the right side, it's like Jones already threw the ball, and it was just a miscommunication. I mean, it was just an easy pick for Bland. Again, I just feel like the chemistry between Mac Jones and his receivers is not there. I really wish that Juju Smith, and he could have been banged up during the OTAs, but I feel like he definitely should have practiced a lot more with this New England team, especially it being his first year. He should have did a lot more reps with this team. He should have did the OTAs. He should have stepped in early in training camp to really get those reps with Mac Jones, because now we're starting to see a dysfunctional offense. It just seems like whenever it's coming down to third down conversions, we can't convert. And when you're throwing it to Juju Smith, when we're throwing it to these receivers that there's no chemistry, I mean, I just don't see any success. I don't see any growth within this offense. I love the team. I love the receivers we have, but I just think Mac Jones is just not connecting. And again, last game just shows that, New England, we need, our offensive line is just not helping Mac Jones. And it's also affecting us where we can't even run the ball. Yesterday's game, Stevenson, he had 14 carries for only 30 yards. Elliott, I thought he was going to go crazy. He's back in Dallas. only 6 carries for 16 yards. His longest run was 9 yards, and Stevenson, his longest run was 8 yards. I mean, we can say, this Dallas defense is elite, but we're better than 3 points. So overall, guys, I mean, it was just a big headache of just watching that game. And just to talk about the defense, again, I just hope that our players could get healthy. I'm waiting for Jack Jones to come back, Jonathan Jones to come back. But just to see Christian Gonzalez, not return. I will probably, I'll have to look into more of his status. I don't know what his status is. I know Judon got hurt yesterday. Peppers, he got hurt yesterday on defense. And, it just goes to show, guys, when the offense isn't out on the field, moving the ball, moving the chains, that means the defense is going to have to be on the field more. And that's a huge increase in injuries. And that's, that was just a demonstration yesterday. A lot of players got banged up yesterday. And it was a hard physical game. It was a lot of physicality. What am I saying? Physicality throughout that game. It was a lot of hard hitting. So, I just think that this Patriots team, offensively is the problem. Defense, I'm not going to put too much blame on the defense. Coaching with Bill Belichick, I do think it's his responsibility to get this offense, with Bill O'Brien to try to, revamp this offense, guys. I mean, because we are out of sync. Juju Smith, I don't know. I'm starting to think that Jacoby Myers was, it wasn't good to let him go, man. I think we should have re-signed Jacoby Myers, man. We should have given him that 3-year, $33 million contract. Juju Smith, he just seems like he just doesn't have the explosiveness. It just seems like I don't want to say his heart is not in it, but again, man, it just seems like he's not breaking. He's not running with confidence. We're not seeing any of that from Juju Smith. So I would really love to see Pop Douglas play more. I mean, that was a nice, 42-yard reception from him in the first drive. That's what pretty much got us into field goal range. But I really wish that, Bill O'Brien could try to get Pop Douglas more into this offense. Keyshawn Butte, I think he definitely needs to replace Juju Smith, man. I think we're all calling for it. But at receiver, I think, Pop Douglas has to get more targets. And I think Butte, we got to see what he has. I don't even know why he's not active. I don't get why he's not active. I don't get why he's not playing. But, I just think the Patriots needs to switch it up on offense. And I think a lot of defenses are looking at this Patriots offense and saying we're mediocre. There's not really much to it. But I do think that, Mac Jones is playing better than last year. But I still think that Mac Jones he's still not comfortable in this offense. And it just seemed like even last night when he got benched, and, you see the picture of him wiping his face. I mean, this guy looks demoralized. And, yeah, man, there's a lot, and there's just a lot of questions about what are we going to do at quarterback. It just kind of reminds me of what's going on with the Jets. I mean, Bill, man, you didn't come up with a plan B if Mac Jones doesn't work out. I mean, I'm looking at Malik Cunningham. I thought he was going to be a working project. We signed him to a guaranteed contract. I think we signed him to like $500,000. He got like $500,000 in that contract, guaranteed money. So I'm thinking we're gonna use him as a quarterback or a receiver because he's that versatile. But even with Malik Cunningham, I thought he would have became something. So I don't know, guys. I mean, I kind of want to wrap up this video, and I definitely want to get back to it and talk more Patriots and talk more about what's going on with the Saints. But just not a good performance yesterday, guys. All around, all around. Ty Montgomery, when is he going to come back and do something in the backfield? Like what are we doing on offense? So, with that being said, guys, if you're new to the channel, subscribe. I don't want to make this video too long, but I'm definitely going to do a lot more Patriots content for you guys. I want to talk about, heading into this Saints game, which I will be going to. So that's going to be exciting. But, yeah, guys, we have to win next game. So, until next time, guys, be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys on my next video. Peace.
Thanks.